In this first proper sociology lecture, we'll look briefly at some key ideas to get us started, and then go through a brief overview of the rest of the course. You may want to download the printable lecture notes and transcript for that lesson, both of which are available via the resources link at the top of each module, and take notes, especially of words in green, which are crucial vocabulary for concepts we're learning. Just a reminder, starting off with this course, the school requires a textbook, which you can get at the campus bookstore, but you can also find the book online, and one edition prior to the newest will probably suffice. Readings for each module will also be available via that resources link. Also, you'll need to keep checking on Canvas regularly to make sure you're keeping up on all assignments. But now let's get to the good stuff. Sociology is a broad discipline that examines our social world using scientific evidence to understand why we do what we do. It takes a microscope to the everyday lives of individual people to see how their actions shape larger society. It also takes a big-picture macro-level view at how social structures from cultural greetings to global politics shape the lives of large groups of individuals. This wide range of topics and multi-level analysis is why I say sociology is the string that ties together the social sciences. While psychology examines the internal workings of a person's mind, microsociology examines the way in which our psychology is influenced by the individuals around us and how we influence society. While history tells us about what happened in the past, macrosociology tells us how our history has influenced our present social structures, which in turn shape our individual lives. We'll start out by briefly looking at what social science actually is, how it's done, and how it developed within our larger social history. A big part of this first module, and this course as a whole, is learning to put aside our own assumptions and recognize the ways in which our understanding of society has been biased by cultural ideas, stereotypes, and limited experience. Studying sociology has helped many people achieve their dreams and try to make society a better place. Reverends Jesse Jackson and Martin Luther King Jr. both used their understanding of the causes and effects of prejudice to make society more equal. Michelle Obama and Ronald Reagan each put their sociology education to use in the White House. Even other actors like Robin Williams used sociology to bring their characters to life. The next module starts to look at what makes individuals who they are at the macro level, the influence of culture. We'll question the old debate of nature versus nurture by showing how the effects of our biology and society are interlinked and cyclical. During this module, you should start working on your term paper, which will be an analysis of how an individual, either fictional or real person, is influenced by their society. I use Simba from The Lion King as an example, as we see how he is influenced by the culture in which he is raised, and the individuals he meets along the way. Module C brings us down to the micro level of how individuals and small groups like the family help us develop our unique personalities, including the active role individuals take in creating their own social selves, just as Simba takes after his father, and must choose which social structures he will play a role in. Over the course of the rest of this term, our scope will overall get larger and larger, looking at macro-social structures, but Module D remains mostly at micro level of how individuals behave in group settings. This will include the effects of seeing ourselves as members of certain groups, and why we sometimes deviate from group norms. After the midterm exam, which will combine the major ideas from the first half by applying them to real-world scenarios, we'll move into Module E to talk about the social structures that give some groups in society more or less resources and opportunities than others. These issues of inequality will begin by looking at the effects of culture, racial, ethnic, and gender issues, and begin to examine the importance of money, which is the primary focus of Module F. At this point, you should be finishing up your social analysis paper as we move into the massive social structures that form the institutions which distribute wealth and power in our society. Our focus from here is mostly beyond the level of individuals, as we go even more macro to the world beyond our borders, to talk about globalization, economy, and inequality at the global level. We'll begin to see how our social actions affect people on the other side of the earth. In this final module, we'll examine other social issues, such as environmental and health concerns, but also touch back on the micro level of sociology, at the ways in which individuals can create change in larger social structures. Over the course of this term, you'll be learning from social research and doing some of your own, considering theories about society and developing your own ideas, and thinking about ways to make society and your own life better. Sociology isn't just about big abstract concepts. It's about your relationships with the people around you and the decisions you make every day.